What's going on, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a quick video, some updates on the shade cloth project, which is just the structure. Picked up some items, so please stick around, check out the video, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching. What is up, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe, and smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Alright, so picked up two 10-foot 4x4s. That's two more poles. We need to go pick up one more, but we're gonna wait till next week to do that. Picked up 5 bags of concrete. My wife is already removing them. And a couple of the holes, here's my wife's garden, and then you can see from here, you can see 4 poles. So with those 2 poles, it will make a total of 6. And then one more pole, we're thinking we're gonna need a 7th pole to match the 24 feet. And I think it's because of the fact that I pushed this pole out a little further than the actual roof line. And it's kind of windy out here right now. My wife's garden is pretty blooming, pretty well. There's the Xeons. But, so we got 4 of them concreted. This one right here, the 3rd pole in, actually took 7 bags. This pole took 6 bags. They were supposed to be 4 bags, but I think what we did is the first hole, this hole right here, it actually took 4 bags, and I think the reason it took 4 bags is even though the outside is 17 by 18, so it's 18 this way and it's 17 from front to back, I'm pretty sure it's cone shaped in the hole, so the hole kind of coned like this, went like that, so it kind of went towards itself, and the hole got smaller towards the bottom. I think that's why it took 4. This one took 4 also, but I think the hole was way too small. I think we ended up trying to do like 12 by 12, like, you're supposed to do 12-inch circle around the pole, and I think we made the, even though it was at, I think it was at like 11 and like 10 or something like that, it was just slightly too small. I think the reason that it didn't come out properly, in the sense that it wasn't sunken in like that one, is not necessarily the hole size, but I think this one was also coned. It wasn't very straight. This one and this one we got really straight, but this one ended up being a little bit too large. It was like 20 by 8 by the time we shaved it, because the dirt kept collapsing. And this one came out pretty well. So I marked this old PVC pipe that I dug up in the dirt over here. I marked this. This is 4 feet from that pole, and then this one right here is 4 feet from that PVC pipe, and then the 7th one's going to be right here, 4 feet from here. And if I follow this one up, kind of turn you guys around, there's a tree right here. And some of these aren't really in the way of the if we put shade cloth here. Some of these little saplings, I'm pretty sure they could either rest on the shade cloth, or I can get on the ladder and just cut the saplings off. But most of these aren't in the way, but I want it to terminate right here at the tree. So this section right here that has the major vegetables, like the squash and the watermelons and stuff like that, that my wife has put over here last year, I want this to have the most shade. I did get watermelons to grow in my backyard, actually vined up my brick wall 15 plus years ago, but those were a specific type of watermelon. They got, I don't know, kind of cantaloupe size. But my wife's got a bunch of roses, and she's got peppers, jalapenos, and then chili peppers, and she's got a couple sets of basil plants over here, and then these 2 rose trees are still kicking around. That rose tree died. And the other rose tree is that one right there where she's pointing, where she's standing. And what are these?
Those are Waltman butternuts and honey nut squash.
Squash. All of these little ones.
The watermelons are over here.
Okay, and then watermelons are right here, which is what she had the last time.
Squash.
Squash.
Squash and tomatoes.
Squash and tomatoes. Looks like used to be tomatoes.
No, those used to be squash. They were real small, and I just kind of tried to help them.
Chocolate mint. Strawberries.
It's a boysenberry plant.
Boysenberry. This is
a petunia.
Petunia. We've got actually 3 of these. We had the Starry Night ones that were kind of a pink color. Those died out. And these seem to be doing well.
That is a mix of squash and what's left of lettuce.
Squash and lettuce.
Now those are calendulas and yarrow.
Calendulas and yarrow.
That's potatoes with some collards next to them.
Potatoes are all these large ones right here. So collars?
Collards.
Oh, collards. Okay, collard greens. Basil in the pot. Tomatoes right here. Broccoli.
And some cabbage.
And cabbage, which aren't doing very well because the bugs.
That's a petunia as well.
Petunia.
Right there is a mix of some baby squash plants, nurse stems, and a select variety of different.
So baby squash plants. There's a variety of herbs.
Yeah.
Baby squash. What else?
There's baby squash. There's herbs. There's nasturtium plants. There's just kind of a handful of whatever I had.
Another thing of basil. We have a lot of basil. So there's this one. There's 2 over there. Those 2 large pots. There's this one.
And everywhere.
And there is a crap ton of them growing here because when the winds kept up, it literally started dropping them all over the place. So there's tons of basil. All these little pods are basils, except for this. But you know, there's a little bunch right there. There's some right here. There's lettuce under here. I think this is spinach.
The lettuce is right there.
Oh, that's lettuce?
No, that's spinach. The lettuce is by the roasted flour.
Okay, so that's spinach. This is lettuce. This rose came back. The other 2 at the corners died. What are these?
Those are Sugar Rush peach peppers.
Sugar Rush peach peppers. And this?
Those are going to be bush beans. They're different varieties.
Bush beans.
Those are all going to be Hubbard squash if they grow big enough.
Hubbard squash. Are these little ones in the front?
Yeah. That is a ground cherry plant.
Ground cherry.
Those are whole beans.
Whole beans. Jalapeno peppers are these 2 large ones right here.
This is a eggplant.
This is an eggplant. Broccoli.
Yep. And then
broccoli.
There's some potatoes and some other kinds of vining beans in here as well.
And there's vining beans in here as well as all these large ones are potatoes. And then what's this right here?
So that's supposed to be a zinnia.
That's a zinnia. That is a petunia.
Right. So like I was saying, these are part of the mixed herbs. These are supposed to be oregano and marjoram, and I don't remember which.
That's oregano right
that's
there.
Oregano? Okay.
Oregano.
That must be marjoram then.
Marjoram.
Same.
This is oregano.
Yeah.
Thyme.
Sage.
Oh, sage. Sage. This guy right here.
He's an artichoke. I labeled it for you.
Oh, artichoke. Dragon.
Snapdragons.
Snapdragons. And then there's snapdragons right here on the other side of this Xeon. These right here are snapdragons. The Xeon was a little bitty pot about this section right here.
It was like this big.
It was this big, and now it's about 13 times the size it was. This right here, this large plant.
It's my huckleberry bush.
This is a huckleberry bush. It's actually quite large. It's about 4 feet.
It would span out bigger, but I kind of tied it in.
And then dill.
Yep.
All of this right here is dill, and it's bolted.
Yes, that's called bouquet dill because of this bouquet it gives off.
Okay, so bouquet is what they call it. Thyme.
Yep, there's 2 different thymes right here. There's one little one down there.
There's a little tiny thyme here, which is actually smaller than these leaves, and this is the thyme we got in the barbecue bunch that I showed you guys a while back. Rosemary is actually getting bigger. These 2 rosemaries are actually surviving. The other 2 did not. And then this is mint.
Yes. And then this tall boy right here is a raspberry plant.
And this is raspberry, and this looks like an onion.
Yeah.
So, and then whatever that is. Sunflower. So that is kind of a garden tour for my channel for you guys. I know a lot of you guys would like, you guys like updates on my wife's garden. But wanted to just show you guys the project that we're doing. That way, if I might be recording. We're gonna dig one hole. I think what I'm gonna do is the last hole I'm gonna record it, and we will record a little bit of digging the hole, shaping the hole, and then we're gonna turn the camera off and bring you guys back when the hole is done, and then we're prepping the poles. And then I got some scrap 2x6 from a neighbor, which actually was a bunch of wood. I'll show you guys over here. And I actually pulled into the yard and backed up into the yard. So there's the excursion of the fence. So you guys can see that. But so all of this wood here I got from a neighbor. And some of this wood is actually pretty rotted. Some of it is decent wood. I'm not going to use it for anything that would be, related to building something that's structural or anything like that. Just using a couple pieces. I cut them just to make braces for those poles. And I'll show you guys real quick. Just give you guys updates. And all that dirt from all those holes is actually going right here. It's where I've been throwing it. So you can see that concrete and the wood and everything in the back, I had to back up over the hill. It's like the second time I've crushed the hill. And you could jump on that hill of dirt and it wouldn't fall apart, even though it's hanging on by a thread. But so what I've been doing is I've been bracing the poles. You can see you might be able to see it, but there's 2 screw holes there, and then there's 2 screw holes a little bit further down on the side. So I have this pole, I have it going that direction to brace it from going against the fence line left and right. And on this side, I have it braced so that it will physically go this way, so it doesn't fall forward away from the fence or towards the fence, so I can get it level. And that's what these boards are. So these 2 boards, I just used Torx 25, I think it was number 9, 2.5 or 3 inch. I think it was 2.5 inch screws, if I remember correctly. And they're T25s. So those 2 boards on those chairs that chair over there was actually a part of these 2 boards. And I just took the best looking boards that weren't so black and nasty. And I told the lady I was just going to use them for my wife's projects and stuff. If she needs me to build something like another light stand or something, we could use the old wood. But and then this is a Playboy. So this is a Playboy rose. And what was this one, hon? And this is the Knockout rose. And then this one is the Intrigue. So the one that did die, and here's a closer look at the ones back here. So this is a chili pepper plant, the one in the basil, you can see how large these guys are. And then the short one in the front is actually a jalapeno. So the one that did, so this one's got jalapenos on it. There's some jalapenos right there. They're pretty big. Let's see if I can turn this light on. It might help a little bit. Maybe not. Yeah, it helps a little bit. It's kind of shaded over here. So there's a lot of jalapenos on this. This one seems to be doing well. But this one back here that died was another Playboy. Yep. This was the smaller Playboy. This right here was a larger Playboy. And then the one that is surviving over here, that keeps coming back, it just doesn't want to die, which I'm glad. This one is a Rio Sombra, which has kind of this resemblance of the roses over here, except these are single layer roses, so they only have 2, 3, 4, 5 petals, most of them. So they're single layers. So they're about this color. They're actually more of this color, but a lot brighter orange. kind of similar to like that, but that's a little pink. But you can see orange on this one. So the Rios are a full rose. They're like a 5-layer. Here's one. It's completely fallen off or cut off.
I cut it off last night.
Oh yeah, it's been cut off. Once you dye, you want to cut them off, but this is this bright kind of like sunset orange with this yellow and pink kind of hue to it. So this one's doing well. That one right there and this one right here were the two like dark red roses that died.
Yeah, they actually still have the tags on them too.
Yeah. But just some updates for you guys. What is this?
What is what? Oh, that is to be determined because I forgot what I threw in there.
Oh, she doesn't know what it is. And this is
that
black. I can't read it.
Let me see.
Green?
Hungarian.
Hungarian.
Yeah, it's a black Hungarian pepper. The
Oh, it's a
peppers are
pepper.
really small.
Okay, pepper. So I hope the information is helpful, everybody. I will definitely try to bring you back. We are going to be using the 40-volt Makita tools, the hammer drill, the impact driver. Not sure if I'm going to do the pre-drilling with just a 3/8 bit, spiral bit on the impact or driver, or if I'm going to use the drill. I don't know yet. But we're going to be using the Makita 40-volt tools, aka 36-volt nominal, or 40-volt nominal, 36-volt actual during use. We're going to be using those. I have 2x6s that are going to go 12-foot 2x6s. 2 of them should go on top of these. I'm going to flush them in the back so that way there's a lip in the front, so my wife could like put little hanger hooks. She can hang pots or flowers or plants that are in pots if she wants to hang them from the top, or she can hang yard tools or garden tools or something. And then I'm going to take another tube. Well, it's a 2x8 for the top, not 2x6. Sorry. And then I need to get 2 more 2x8s, but I have enough to do 1 on the side. I'm going to brace all the poles in the front. We're going to brace them at the top, and then I'm going to brace them kind of down here. And then we're also probably going to be putting shade cloth on the front. I'm not sure if it's going to be actual shade cloth or if we're going to use burlap. But just to brace all the poles to themselves, and then the lip on the top of the 2x8, we're going to staple the shade cloth to the top, and then going to attach it to the roof. I was thinking just might be making a custom roller setup, just getting some metal piping and welding a handle to it and making a roller, so that way during certain times when the sun's not bright enough in sections of the year, we could literally just get on a ladder and crank it and roll the shade cloth up. That was an idea. My wife kind of likes that idea, so I might do that idea in the future. But I'm going to try to bring you guys along for at least 1 pole to show you guys how to do it. Show you guys how to mix the concrete, what mixture of water I use per bag. And it's high strength concrete. It's 5,000 PSI after I think it's 24 days if I remember correctly. I'll show you guys how to brace the poles with the 2x6s over there. And I'm actually butting them against the fence to actually brace this fence, because my the permit department in my town stated that if I brace the chain link that's falling against these poles, that they will not require a permit for any of this work, because it's also classified as a temporary structure because shade cloth can be removed. But as long as I brace them, I'm probably gonna use some string or some rope, or I might just use some baling wire or something, and we'll strap them to the poles. That way this fence doesn't fall any further. Now this pole and that pole are fine. That pole is leaning. That pole against the brick is all right. It's kind of leaning towards the alley right here in between the third and fourth pole. And you can see that it's leaning right here. And I cut a limb off this tree and I didn't pull the rope hard enough, and that 400 plus pound limb landed right here. That's why this is bent. But just gonna brace it. I actually have it braced on my weight bench at the moment. It's braced with some rope. But that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys look forward to the upcoming videos. I just didn't want to record, you know, doing 7 or 6 poles. You guys can get the gist of, you know, just one pole. It's kind of like doing a brake job. I don't need to show you both sides. You guys will understand it. It's just the opposite on the opposite side. But appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Need to help my wife get these poles in the house or in the barn. Probably best in the barn because the barn's pretty hot, so it will start drying these poles. And in the barn, there's a better flat surface than out here. Those two 12-foot poles right there are actually warped because I left them up here trying to get them to dry in the heat, and this one, the top one, warped really, really bad. You see that giant gap? I can fit my fingers through it. And then that side actually twisted because it's leaning against this gazebo pole. So the weight of this pole, it's just long enough to sit against this pole in the back and sit against that pole in the back. And it literally curved like that, kind of slight curve. So probably gonna cut these. Maybe I'll cut them to 10-footers. I'm probably thinking that I'm gonna cut them to 10-footers, and I'm gonna use the section that I cut off, the 2 feet. I'm gonna use them as lifting blocks for lifting the trucks on the floor jack. But that's all I got for you guys today. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. I will see you guys next time. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Go check out my Amazon affiliate links, my Acme Tools affiliate links, my DJI Electronics affiliate links, as well as my Ohio Power Tools affiliate links. And I will link the 40-volt Makita in the description below, since I mentioned Acme Tools. And I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Here's a last look at the poles from a distance. Just imagine there will be one here, and then one over here right where the tree is. I'll see you guys next time. You have an awesome day. Peace!